Is it capturing the game? Because it's... Oh, because it's on Minecraft right now. Lol. Okay, capture Apollo. Yes. Why are you tiny?
Like a little bodyguard. Sorry, what?
Sorry, what?
I'm reading the thing right now.
Oh, the one I just said.
Yeah. Like a little bodyguard. Okay, wait, game's not loading. I woke up like 20 minutes ago. I slept at 7 in the morning. I don't have a healthy sleep schedule.
No, I'm not finished playing the game. I want to
Oh, we're Apollo Justice.
load game. Am I? I am here. Yes. Okay. I haven't fixed it on my screen. Excuse me. Let me just fix this real quick. Okay.
Like
Awesome.
a little assistant. Little bodyguard. Little bodyguard.
Bro. Ah. Load.
Why is it eyes on your screen?
Huh? What? Is it supposed to be that
so
slow? I don't remember it being that slow. Maybe it's just Oh, okay, day 2. Court is now in session. Please don't make me
Finally.
investigate again.
Oh, the judge.
Where is he? I suppose we should reconvene the trial of Sol- Oh my god, it's been so long. Trial of Solomon Starbuck or something.
Objection!
Oh, hi, Phoenix. Your Honor. Could you please come out from under your bench? There are no more bombs, I promise. I forgot that Phoenix, because Apollo is emo. Or no,
Yeah.
Apollo is... Wait, what happened to Apollo? Apollo got blown
He's
up.
emo. Oh yeah, he got blown up too. I forgot about that.
He either got blown up or he's emo and left. I don't remember. No, because this is in the... This is after the first case.
Oh yeah.
So he's emo.
Emo. Yeah. He's emo.
I'm still a little jumpy when it comes to trials involving bombs. I mean, first the courtroom exploded.
Kaboom.
And then Mr. Tenate self-destructed.
Self-destructed help.
Well, I guess that's one way of describing what happened to Tenate. Tomato.
That's a name.
Anyways, it seemed that Mr. Justice was seriously wounded by Mr. Tenate's actions. So, you, Mr. Wright, will be taking up the defense. No, I'm just the assistant. What do you think I'm doing here? Do you have an understanding of what has happened in the trial so far? No, it's been months. Yes, Your Honor. The defense is ready. I'm lying through my teeth. Very well. Is the prosecution also ready?
Oh my god, 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 oh my god.
Taka, answer. I'm not the prosecution today. You are. I take it you'd like to give me... Wait, you'd like me to give the opening statement this time?
Looks like the judge has become a pretty good mind reader.
Oh, he's certainly more than his fair share of colorful... Ooh, he's certainly more... he's certainly seen more than his fair share of colorful prosecutors. There's a whole rainbow of them. Happy Pride, Athena.
They're all a little... Yeah.
You could say something of a veteran of sorts. Let's see, in the previous part of this trial, we learned that the victim, Clay Terran, escaped from the Launchpad 1 carrying the defendant Solomon Starbuck. There were explosions on the second floor Space Center and the rocket itself. The 2 astronauts were in the Launchpad and... Why do I have to do this, bro? And your mom! Sorry. How could the victim climb down the ladder if he was carrying the defendant? That was the mystery that needed to be solved. He threw him down. Simple. But Mr. Justice proved that the victim was killed in the boarding lounge. Prosecutor Blackwell, were you able to discover any new facts related to this point? Upon further investigation, we discovered an oxygen tank fragment in the lounge. Surprisingly, it would appear that Justice Dono's argument was correct.
So that means the testimonies of the first 2 people in the scene are suspect.
There were 2 people who claimed to be the first on the scene. But can we... but can we truly trust their statements?
You good, Apollo?
No. I'm emo.
Let's see. The 2 people were Detective Candace Arm and Yuri Cosmos, right?
I bet it's Yuri.
Yuri? Like, curious? Okay. You think that one of them might have given a false statement to the police?
I bet it's Yuri. Yeah, it's certainly a possibility. We might have to do a little more digging. And just as our team was about to cross-examine Detective Arm, the courtroom bombing incident occurred and the trial was put on hold. Whoa, that was so sharp. That accursed fellow, he killed my witness. He killed Detective Arm.
He definitely put the
What is
He definitely put the kibosh on anyone asking her about what she saw.
Exactly. In other words, the question of who killed the victim in the boarding lounge has once again become the main focus of this trial. It's obvious Prosecutor Blackwell still thinks it was Mr. Starbuck. Fulbright said that Blackwell has a thing against the astronaut. I hate space. Okay. Nevertheless, the defense argues that... Oh, sorry. The defense argues there was a 3rd person in the lounge, and that's who killed the victim. To make such reckless claims in a courtroom takes a bold man, or a stupid one. The latter. There was no 3rd person in the boarding lounge. Or have you gone dotty already? Old man. I was gonna say asshole.
Objection!
Asshole! We'll see who's the... We'll see who's the dotard after I trounce you with my years of experience, little boy.
Girly pop.
Athena told me to say that one. In any case, Mr. Starbuck claims he saw someone leaving the lounge. Furthermore, Space Center employee also saw a suspicious figure at the scene. Sorry. They saw a 3rd person! I see my sister has been running her mouth. Oh, that's right, I almost forgot that Aura is Prosecutor Blackwell's sister. No matter, she didn't see this mystery person's face clearly. Therefore, there is no evidence to indicate that this person was not the defendant. I guess the possibility that the figure was Mr. Starbuck is still there. In brief, we need to determine if a 3rd person was there or not. To this end, we should hear the testimony of one of the first people on the scene.
Dr. Cosmos, huh?
It's him. I'm saying right now.
Okay.
I'm so certain. Very well, bailiff, please bring the witness to the stand. Unless there's like a new person that shows up. Is he still on a stupid scooter? I believe I've seen you before in the newspapers. I forgot what voice I gave you. Let me just search it up real quick. Who reacted to this? Where is my YouTube? Because I actually don't remember what voice I gave him. Wait, that's Apollo. I need the Dual Destinies playlist. Where's my Dual Destinies playlist? Okay. Hello? No, that's Apollo being emo. I need the old guy, Yuri Cosmos. Bro. Okay, gotcha. Of course you have, for I am Yuri Cosmos, director of the Cosmos Space Center, which was of course named after me, Yuri Cosmos! Wait, what's his name?
Cosmos.
Do you have anything you wish to ask me?
Looks like he's all geared up to do some bragging.
7 years ago, 7 years ago, I successfully launched the Hat 1 and... Shut up. No one cares. Everyone already knows how brilliant you are. Even though I'm trying to hold back my tears at seeing such a great man standing before me. I'm also lying right now, so could you please proceed directly to your important testimony? I see this fine young lad as a proper appreciation of greatness. I just threw my hand out. Then allow me to begin my what is that word? Epochal testimony that will be recorded in the annals of history.
Just wait until you see the speech of Prosecutor Blackwell just now. Sounded more to me like he was poking fun at Director Cosmos.
Is there another investigation day? I hope not, because this is already trial day 2.
Yeah, I don't think so.
It's probably for the best that it sailed right.
Oh,
oh, this is me. Is it? Oh yeah, it is.
Yeah, it's you.
Probably for the best that it sailed right over the director's head. Director Cosmos, the condescended version of your illustrious testimony, please. Condensed, not condescended. I'm so smart. School's not even over, guys.
Is it December 20?
I don't know.
Let me check.
Detective Arm and I rushed towards the boarding lounge together. We went via the control room and peeked in from there to see what was going on inside. We saw Detective Conan reference. We saw a figure standing in the middle of the lounge and Taryn lying on the floor. I had to say it, but I can only imagine the standing figure must have been Starbuck.
Is this part 2 or part 1?
This is part 1 of day 2 of the trial.
Okay.
I see. So in your testimony, you claim you arrived on the scene after the two had escaped from the launch pad to the lounge, and just after the victim had been killed. Oh my gosh. Oh, the horror, the humanity. But what I said is what I saw, and what I saw is what I said. Courageous action to dig in the face of such terrifying explosions, wouldn't you say? To save my men, I personally went into the epicenter of danger, risking my own life for theirs.
What up? Well, what do you know? It sounds like the director really cares about his men.
Yeah, he's probably lying. Yeah. Though it sounds more like he was scared and just had a peek from far away. Is the defense ready to cross-examine the witness? Yes, Your Honor. Director Cosmos' testimony is pretty vague. I'm going to have to press him and draw out more information before I do anything else. Well, why don't I look at my court record first, because I don't remember what I have. I think I have like a box. I don't know. Okay. Taryn's autopsy report. I do have the knife, launch pad door, the lock. Only those prints are authorized. Equipped with backup power, print recognition attempts are recorded by a security camera. Starbucks prints were found on the scanner screen after the incident. Wow, why can't we have an actual video, just like Turnabout Serenade?
Do you want to watch it again and again?
No,
and again?
no. I don't want to go through the freaking evidence locker trauma again. Of Rise from the Ashes. I don't want to go through the clavier guitar burning thing. Okay, I don't know what that's supposed to do. Bullet hole. Hope capsule. With an earth emblem on it in their left hand and a knife in their right. Has the victim's blood on it. Or no. Okay. Hold it! Where were you coming from? Space, I don't know. The 6th floor. We were making sure any stragglers made their way. Stragglers make their way to the 4th floor. We then we heard about Starbuck and Darren and hurried to the 3rd floor lounge. Oh my. Galactic scooter here, of course! Why do you keep calling it the Galactic? Does it have something to do with space? Of course, it's specifically designed to be used on galactic battleships. I see. And I take it works in 0G too? Sadly, no. With the current state of technology as it is, I'm afraid it would just float about and be galactically useless. Well, that's a galactic bummer. How about you stop, Phoenix? I see, so you're to the boarding lounge with the space pogo stick. And when you got to the scene, what did you see? Hold it. Let's see. according to this diagram, you didn't have to go through the control room to get to boarding lounge 1. Looks like you could have gone there from the southern corridor as well. Yes, but in her haste, Detective Arm rushed ahead of me towards the control room. All I could do was merely follow behind her. I see. So we peeked into the boarding lounge from the control room door, and... Arm was first in the pursuit. Pursuit! Did someone say pursuit? So you couldn't see... So you couldn't see who that figure was, clearly, or what they were doing? Sadly, the only thing I could see was that it was a person standing motionless. The defendant, no doubt, staring aghast at his deed. What other explanation is there? Ah! I'm so close, but without evidence, I can't prove that that person's the third party.
Uh-oh.
I don't relish in this end.
Hold it!
Aura Blackwell also saw a suspicious figure in the lounge, but she gave the statement that it was too dark to see the person's face clearly. Did you see this figure's face clearly? No, not clearly. The lighter they were holding illuminated the area around their feet at the time. But other than that, I could see little else. That's why I could see Taryn, but I couldn't see who the other person was. So for all you know, it might not have been Mr. Starbuck, isn't that correct? I would like to believe that Starbuck isn't the type of man who's capable of murder.
Objection!
When the witness entered the boarding lounge, there was no third person there. Isn't that correct, Great Space Center Director? Yes, that's right. Only Starbuck and Taryn were there at the time. I don't think I read that right. For we peeked in the lounge, suddenly went dark and the figure vanished. You mean they disappeared? That's odd.
Objection!
Oh. The reason the figure appeared to vanish is because it was the defendant. When the witnesses weren't looking, he fell to the floor and fainted unconsciousness. Hold on, Director Cosmos, did you ever take your eyes off the scene? Just for a brief instant, about as long as it takes for a shooting star to go by. If you took your eyes off the scene, then this third person could have escaped during that time. But what escape route could this person have used? The direction opposite to the control room, the southern door to the elevators. There's no security lock on that door, so it should have been possible to escape that way.
Objection!
All things are possible, right, Dono? The real question is, do you have any proof? Well... If we're just talking possibilities, we could each profess whatever we'd like. An inmate who used to be a university professor and lunar researcher used to say that there is a kingdom of little green men who live under the surface of the moon.
Kingdom Hearts? I mean, what was that thing?
Kingdom Hearts!
Simon plays Kingdom Hearts?
I play Kingdom Hearts. My favorite character is Terra, because he gets taken over by the darkness. Yeah, of course he's your favorite character, you emo. Jeez.
Emo
As long as they don't punish us in the name of the said moon for what we've done to it. What have we done to the moon? But I say, where's your proof that this quaint Kingdom Hearts exists?
Kingdom Hearts. He's calling your theory a work of fiction.
Yes, I know this, Athena. And he's right, I don't have any proof yet. Still. The southern door was a possible escape route. Better make a mental note of that. Director Cosmos, may I ask you a question? Yes. Why did you look away from the boarding lounge? Ha ha ha! There's actually another tale of bravery behind the answer to that. It was when Detective Arm saw the figure and raised her gun. Being a great humanitarian protector of mankind, I tried to stop her! What? You're saying Detective Arm raised her gun as soon as she saw the figure? I imagine her instincts as a detective told her they were the killer. Don't know about that. Are you able to prevent... Oh, were you able to prevent Detective Arm from firing her gun? Let me see my bingo card real quick. Oh, hello, excuse me. Let me look at my bingo card. I want to look at my bingo card.
Oh, a bingo card, right?
I don't think I get to... Mia mentioned / appears. I feel like we've done that. We did the... My boss used to say. I don't know. Okay, there's nothing for me to check off right now.
I'm sending it.
Let me see if I can find it on my phone. I'm afraid I was too late. I was unable to stop her. She identified herself clearly, and then... she fired 2 warning shots at the shadowy figure. What? This information about Detective Asshole actions sound critically important. There's a contradiction in that one right there. I know that for sure. Okay. Please add it to your testimony. The bullet. Because there was only 2 warning shots at the figure. If I look in my core record, a single bullet hole. Objection! Boom! Are you sure you were really paying attention to what Detective Arm was doing? You doubt my words? Words that will someday be written down in history books? Somehow, I don't think those exact words will ever be written down in any history books. Mr. Wright, could you please explain yourself so that we can all understand? You say that Detective Arm fired 2 warning shots, yet only 1 bullet hole was ever found at the scene. What? Only 1 bullet hole means the gun was only fired once. And yet Director Cosmos is saying that Detective Arm fired 2 shots. No editor would allow such glaring contradiction into a history book. Objection! Unfortunately for you, the witness's words are true. We confirm that 2 shots were fired from Detective Arm's gun. But there was only 1 bullet hole at the scene. Where did the other bullet hole vanish to? Did you see me wiggle my finger like that? Watch. Like, can you see? Because look, do the thing again, Phoenix. Come on. He's not wiggling. He's not doing it. Whatever. Ah! You should know the answer to that already. I should? During the previous trial, a certain oxygen tank was presented as evidence. We've already discussed that it was ruptured in the lounge, have we not? Sorry. Well, it appears that the thing that ruptured it was a bullet. A bullet that was found near the tank, to be precise. This bullet was... Let's check the bullet! Aw, man, it's the same.
This bullet was fired from a .38 caliber gun, the same caliber as the detective's gun.
Objection! Objection! Objection!
Objection!
Objection! Objection! Hold it! What? Okay, put it in your put it in. Let me. Come on, bro. Come on, bro. The rifling marks also match up. There is no question that the bullet was fired from Detective Arm's gun. Objection! 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 Hold it! I need to make objection funk, but it's just me voice acting, I guess. Rifling marks. They're like a gun's fingerprint on a bullet, correct? Your Honor, they're ballistic markings. Oh, why didn't you just say that? In examining the ballistic markings, I'm just gonna say ballistic markings because it's a meme. On a bullet can tell us the gun it was fired from? One of the bullets detective fired found its way into the holographic image display. The other bullet came to a stop near the victim's oxygen tank. The evidence confirms the director's statement that the detective fired 2 shots. My beautiful contradiction. Con. Oh, Con.
So that bullet hole was from a .38 caliber, huh? I'd better update the record.
Okay, then whose bullet is this, bro? Whose bullet is the first one that I have? Good. Now we know the fate of both of the shots Detective Arm fired. Mr. Wright, does that clear up all of your questions? No. Detective Arm fired 2 warning shots. One hit the holographic display and the other hit the oxygen tank. that really clear up everything about what happened at the scene? No, it doesn't! No, Your Honor, it doesn't. Detective Arm fired 2 warning shots from a .38 caliber gun, but that doesn't explain the existence of a certain piece of evidence found at the scene. A piece that points to the existence of a third person. Oh. Very well, but it won't do to keep us waiting, Mr. Wright. What piece of evidence suggests the possibility of a third person at the scene?
Take that!
Boom! And what is this metal pellet supposed to be? Your Honor. It's just a little something of great importance we found at the crime scene, Your Honor. You found it where? In a floor gutter at the crime scene. Looks like the police and prosecution both missed it. Furthermore, this is a .10 caliber bullet, making it much smaller than one of Detective Arm's .38 caliber. I gave up. Then that means... Exactly. One more person must have been there in the lounge. A third person who had a gun that could fire a .10 caliber bullet. And if that's true, it explains why Detective Arm fired warning shots. The third person fired at Detective Arm and Director Cosmos with their gun, and in return, the detective fired her warning shots. Isn't that how it really went down, Detective... frick. Cosmos? Ha ha ha! Looks like you've deduced... Did someone say deduce? I'm about to deduce something that you will never imagine I can come up with. Looks like you deduced my miraculous tale of survival. Yes, you're absolutely correct. You're absolutely correct. The mystery person fired upon us. What's this now? I love how the scooter turns with him. What? You never breathed a word of any of this to me before. Ha 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 ha! Well, all great men have a secret or two, don't you know? Oh my god. What happened?
Okay, new voice lines, right? There's an ISO voice line.
Yeah.
And like, basically, the sage said, ISO, what would your grandmother advise us today? And he said, study hard and become a doctor.
Foolish old geezer. So Director Cosmos has really been hiding the presence of the third person all along. Director Cosmos, I want you to testify to the court about what you really saw. You may be a very great man, but in my courtroom you are just another witness. It's time you gave the court an answer as an honest man. You won't receive any special treatment here. Now please give an accurate testimony. Detective Arm and I rushed to the control room together. In the lounge, we saw the figure standing in the middle of the room and tearing on the floor. We were still in the control room to the east when the figure fired at us. Given that there's no third person in the lounge when the victim... Does this mean that the person who fired the gun had to have been the defendant? Not necessarily. Still a possibility that it was someone else. Most likely, as soon as Detective Arm and Director Cosmos discovered this person, they escaped through the southern door, the one that didn't have a security lock.
Objection!
Double-edged swords are tricky lot. Miss Hendel won, and it is you who was cut down. Huh? Your reasoning could apply if Space Boy were the killer as well. Space Boy.
Space Boy, help.
Think about it. After being discovered, he could have fired the .10 caliber gun. Detective Arm would have responded by firing 2 warning shots. All he had to do was feign unconsciousness to invent the possibility of a third person.
Objection!
But Mr. Starbuck didn't have a gun in his possession when he was found by the police, nor has a gun been found at the crime scene. Its absence can only be explained if there was a third party who took it with them.
Objection!
Recall the existence of a trash chute in the boarding lounge. The defendant could have simply thrown the gun down the chute.
Who said that?
Huh?
No.
No, what did you say? I didn't actually hear.
Simon belongs there.
Oh.
Objection!
How about you get in the trash? You can't deny the possibility of a third person leaving with the weapon.
Objection!
Nuh-uh. It's up to you to prove that possibility. And I trust you haven't forgotten my little piece of decisive evidence. What evidence? Why, the detonator switch that was found in Mr. Starbuck's pocket, naturally. The most compelling evidence that I forgot about that up completely. That tells us he is the culprit. Ah! I did forget about that. Look, your baldness, how deliciously obvious it is that they lack the evidence to rival mine. What?
Utilize our third-person theory to ribbons and served it to us just like that.
Gourmet meal.
Gourmet.
Yes, well, I have one question of my own, actually. Well, you can think. Congratulations, your baldness. That bullet the mysterious figure shot. What did it hit exactly? Oh, why are you facing away? Oh. It hit me. In the shoulder? So that means you're a ghost! Don't be ridiculous, there's not a fae in sight. I was wondering when you would realize that your baldness. Director Cosmos is an authentic, bona fide ghost. He can even pass through walls.
Okay.
Simon.
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 Shut up.
Simon. Ah!
Objection!
Prosecutor Blackville, shame on you for teasing the nice old gentleman.
Your baldness, it was all in jest. Please show yourself again.
What?
Are you sure? In that case, how did you manage to survive being shot, Director Cosmos? Your Honor, do you not remember,
Do you not remember?
do you
Von
not
Karma?
remember both Von Karmas? They were both shot, both in the shoulder.
Like, father and daughter. I mean, who said that?
I'm glad you asked. It was a miracle befitting the great history-making figure such as myself. The bullet hit the glorious Medal of Honor. Oh my god, this is by ricochet, thus saving my life. What? That's ridiculous. That's almost as ridiculous as Shiba Takeru putting Sosuke's coin in his jacket and then Sosuke shooting exactly where that coin is so that Takeru wouldn't die in the crossover movie.
Aw.
Yeah, it's unbelievable.
I have to check this out. Oh, look at that. There's one nice shaggy access star.
The odds are literally astronomical. I guess it really was a miracle.
I'm beginning to really feel like the Cosmos is watching out for Director Cosmos.
Why did you conceal this information, Director Cosmos? I forgot to tell you. Oh, hello. A red man such as myself has to hide things on occasion, no matter how much it hurts. Like how I killed Terran. It is the plight of the truly great. It may be hard for this generation to understand. I don't know, but it sounds fishy to me.
Sorry. I don't know. That sounds fishy to me. What else is he hiding?
Let's just cross-examine him and see what we can find out. I forget what his testimony was immediately. I don't even know what I'm looking for. I think I'm still trying to prove the existence of a third person. Hold it! If you have an hour or two, I can tell you about the Hat One miracle. We already know all about that too. Tell us about something related to this incident. Bro. No, stop yapping. Bro. You told us about that already as well. What we need now is your testimony. Did I already tell you all about my upbringing? I don't recall doing so. Director Cosmos, stop yapping.
Hold it!
Okay. But it was so dark you couldn't see this figure's face, isn't that right? Yes, and the room was deep and dark as outer space itself. Speaking of outer space, during the Hat One... If it's about the Hut One miracle again, you can sawed off and tell it to a stray mutt. Ah, excellent idea. No reason why the animal world shouldn't hear of my greatness. And so they shall, but first your testimony. What happened next? We were still in the control room to the east. Yep.
Hold it!
So in other words... Oh! Shit. Are you kidding me? They played a gunshot sound effect and it made me jump. You fired out while you were in the control room door. That's correct. There's something not quite right about that. Director Cosmos, the bullet this person fired hit you, isn't that right? It was a miracle befitting a great history-making photographer. In that case, the bullet should have wound up somewhere around the control room door. Tina!
Oh. Okay, so Director Cosmos was in the control room to the east.
And while he was there, he was shot by someone with a .10 caliber gun.
But the bullet hit his metal, so he was able to escape with his life. He's a very lucky man. No wonder people think he's great.
Hey, I'm pretty lucky myself, so if he's a great man, then I'm a king of all the cosmos. Do I present the bullet? I don't know, bro. Because the bullet was found, like, near the door. Around the south, yeah.
Objection!
Oh, get him! Director Cosmos, I believe you are telling this great court a glorious lie. You know what else has the word glorious in it? His glorious return.
Shut up.
Right,
This
like,
is Apollo Justice, not that.
A great man like me tell a lie? Have you ever heard of such thing in all of history? Yes. Yes, I have.
Okay.
My accusation is based on the propositions of the people who were in the lounge. According to your testimony, you and Detective Arm were near the control room door. Oh, sorry, I'm just tired of your lies. And the mystery figure was standing in the middle of the room of the boarding lounge. If, as you say, the figure fired a gun from you at you from this position, then the bullet would have traveled in this direction. However, we found this .10 caliber bullet here. Oh. This trajectory, and where the bullet was actually found contradict each other. Director Cosmos, where were you really when you were being shot at? Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the human merry-go-round.
Objection!
That was good. That was a good one. Don't tell me you've forgotten already. Then the witness himself just okay, Simon's voice is slowly turning into Kazuma. The witness himself just tell you the bullet hit his metal.
It's just Cosmo's voice at this point, I don't
Of
care.
yeah, me, yeah. Of this, there is no mistake.
Objection!
But in this case, the bullet should have been found near the east side of the room. Are you trying to say that you can explain this inconsistency? Of course. I didn't think so. What?
What?
Oh, great director Cosmos. Yes? Is there something you'd like me to expound upon? You were in fact not in the control room to the east, were you? You were looking into the lounge from the door to the south. Is that not right?
Right? Like, Phoenix, I mean, what? Who said that?
No, that's right, over there in the defenses branch. Ah! Ooh, what are you getting at? I can't believe he shares an instrument with Sebastian de Best. Use your own brain. Your head must have... What? Your head must have some use other than that housing a other than housing a bird's nest. Bird's nest? Why does everyone pick on my hair? Should pick on Ryunosuke's hair. Ryunosuke has a flat head. Director Cosmos and the detective witnessed the scene from the southern door. The killer fired at them there, and that is why the bullet was found at the south. Ah, that makes some sense, actually. Also, the witness being at the southern door is a rather favorable for the prosecution. Huh? We've got a bad feeling about this. How about it, Director? If you don't tell the truth this time. Oh, he broke him. Yikes! His handcuffs! You will
Yay.
become but rust upon my sword. I relish the chance to cut down a great man. Alright, to tell the truth, just put your sword away!
What
Your-
sword?
Your verbal sword! You are correct. I, the great Yuri Cosmos. Oh, that's who I should put Simon for. Kazuma. Ancestor. Was looking into the room from the southern door. What? That's the complete... Look at his face! That's the complete opposite of the testimony he's given so far. Ooh, I went into the red. And now you lost your possibility that the third person was in the room. I have? How? Because you're a loser. The director and the detective were near the southern door. Meaning the killer couldn't have escaped through there. The western door required print recognition, for the corridor beyond was filled with smoke. The only escape route left was the eastern control room door. And the only way to get through there was the Director Cosmos' fingerprints. Gah! I mean, in short, there would be no escape for any third person had there been one. Yeah, it's the random black outline, bro. Why is that there?
Can I kiss him? I mean, what was that?
You can try. Ah! My third person just disappeared. Like in one of Trucy's magic tricks. Like the fifth person in the omnibus. The Phoenix Wright omnibus. Sorry, I keep making, every time there's like a disappearing person, I will make omnibus jokes. Order in the court, Director Cosmos. Why did you tell such an outrageous lie? I forgore, skull emoji. You were covering for the defendant, isn't that right? Yes. It was all for the love of my men. Happy Pride Month. If I said he was in the eastern control room, it would mean the culprit would have escaped through the southern door. It would have been Detective Conan reference! It would have meant that there could have been a third person. All I wanted to do was protect Starbuck! I said I was in the control room to invent an escape route for a third person. What a convoluted lie. Is he really covering for the defendant? Looks like we've come to a conclusion. The defense's argument, the possibility of a third person in the omnibus, has crumbled.
No!
It's over. Yikes. The judge is about to hand down his verdict. Think, Phoenix. Think. This is the perfect time to try and turn my thinking around. Oh, that's a Mia reference. If a third person had no way of escaping the scene, then the third person was either the detective or Cosmos. Simple as that. And it's Cosmos. And then what if the... See? I've played this game enough. Then what if one of the people at the scene was the third person? Wait! What if the whole premise is all wrong? Director Cosmos said that he and Detective Arm rushed to the scene together. What if that premise isn't true? What if one of them reached the scene before the other one? If that person entered the lounge, then they would be the third person! The defendant is the only one who could have killed the victim and shot at the director. There doesn't appear to be any room for argument against these claims. Now I render my verdict.
Objection!
Please wait, Your Honor. There is still one possibility. Oh, is it better be good, Mr. Wright? There is...
Next try, what are you expecting?
There is one and only one person who could have escaped from the scene. That person would be the first person who arrived on the scene. Then upon entering the boarding lounge, the second person to arrive came via the southern door. That's where the first person fled from the room, using an escape route that was accessible only to them. Very well, let's hear more about this theory. Who is this one person who could have escaped from the boarding lounge? It was obviously Trucy Wright.
It was obviously Trucy.
It was obviously Juniper Woods. Clonko.
Clonko.
Take that!
What? But that's... Mr. Wright? What are you claiming here? All the people who were at the scene, what if Clonko's the murderer?
I don't know.
It's Clonko. Clonko's the murderer, guys. Trust me.
Clonko's the murderer.
Of all the people who were at the scene, only the witnesses could have escaped. The director is the only one with the authority to open the control room door, after all. But that means... Exactly. The true identity of the third person is our current witness. Director Yuri Cosmos! What?
What?
Ba 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 ba. Order! Order in the court, I say! Mr. Wright, you explain yourself in more detail! Sorry, let me vibe real quick. I assert that Director Cosmos arrived at the scene before Detective Arm and entered the boarding lounge alone. Detective Arm arrived after that end. Saw a suspicious figure who was actually Director Cosmos standing in the lounge. And that's why she fired those 2 warning shots. I've been hit on the starboard side! Look at his eye, his skin is peeling away from his eyes.
Captain Wright has a direct hit on the enemy ship, sir. Magnificent shot.
Warning shots fired from the enemy ship, prepare to intercept! Everybody shut the fuck up. Cosmos, you have told a lie in this court once again! I've been hit on the port side! The enemy is called in reinforcements! Earth 2 Cosmos Control Center, requesting permission to ask that you return to reality. My ship will not go down to anything less than the ultimate weapon of evidence! But I do have evidence, in fact. You could say that your battleship bears its scar. If Director Cosmos is the third person or a Black Pulsar, this person fired at the detective. This third person fired at Detective Arm and Director Cosmos with their gun. In return, the detective fired her warning shots. Isn't that how it really went down, Director Cosmos? Ha ha ha! Looks like you've deduced my miraculous tales of survival. Did someone say deduce? Get ready for a dance of deduction. Yes, you're absolutely correct. I can do a dance of deduction. No, not to that. The mystery person fired upon us. Director Cosmos must have been the one who fired this, the .10 caliber gun. When Detective Arm discovered him at the lounge, it only makes sense that he would have turned and shot her. Therefore, shot at her. The evidence on the director's body is a different kind of relevance than before. Once we compare it against another piece of evidence...
Evidence?
The mark you received from the third party will all be all the proof we need to prove that you were the one in the lounge. Brace for further impact! Comparison against this piece of evidence will prove that you were the one in the lounge. Okay, so it could either be the bullet hole or the bullet. Wait, what am I comparing? I don't remember what I'm comparing. Bullet hole.
Like, which one proves that he was in the lounge?
Oh, that he was in the lounge. This one? oxygen tank, because it was also shot. So
I
it
don't
will
know.
tell us who shot, because it doesn't say what bullet shot. Oh, this one's found near the oxygen tank, so... Wait, oh no, I don't know what to present. Okay, wait, I'm gonna go with the bullet hole first. Oh, it's not the bullet hole. Okay. I'd like to say that this is it! Okay, I'm comparing... Comparison against this piece of frick, bro.
Wait.
Okay, the mark
Wait,
you
what are
received
we-
from the third party... Wait, okay.
I'd say it's one of the bullets.
Yeah. Once we compare it, the evidence on the director's body is a different kind of relevance than before. Once we compare it against another piece of evidence... Okay, I'm gonna do the 10 caliber.
Take that.
No? Okay. Let me save then. No! I really need to save. I didn't mean to do that.
I would say it's one of the bullets, yeah. Wait, which one? Wait, the
I
bullets are
presented-
from, like...
Did I present my badge the second time? Goofy. Which one did I present? This one? I don't remember. No, I presented it. Wait, I don't remember.
Take that.
No, okay.
So it's the other bullet, maybe.
It has to be.
Yeah, so the other bullet is from
It's from the
Detective
tank.
Arm, right?
Well, okay, we've
The...
decided that Detective Arm shot this one because Cosmos is the third person inside the lounge.
Yeah, but that one says it's a bullet from Arm's gun.
I know, but maybe it's wrong.
Try it, I don't know. You've saved.
Take that.
It is this one. The 38 caliber bullet found on the floor at the scene didn't hit the oxygen tank. It hit Director Cosmos' metal. If we have that ricochet mark on the metal analyzed, I'm sure the caliber will match up. And if that mark proves to be from a .38 caliber bullet, I don't think I'm saying caliber correctly every time. It will prove that you were the third person we've been looking for. Ah, the bridge is destroyed, losing altitude, all hands abandoned ship. Literally every season of
Girl.
Lego Ninjago. If that's true, then what about the bullet that hit the oxygen tank? Well, it was the 10 caliber bullet. I don't 10 caliber. 10 caliber bullet, in other words. It was a bullet fired by Yuri Cosmos. Isn't that right, Director? No, you've got it all wrong. What? The engines have started again? It's a miracle. I'm not going down yet. Witness, stop this at once and confess the truth. If you don't want the history books to say that a great man was a great liar.
Then accept your fate and tell the truth.
Are you giving me orders? Me, the great director of the Cosmos Space Center? Ah, the cosmos revolves around me! Look at him go!
The scooter, oh my god.
Ah, someone get me off this thing! You spin me right round. Wait,
Round,
I gotta
baby,
go with the
right
music. Ooh, cool. Both of them are in the shot. Order in the court! Will someone please stop the witness from spinning? You spin me right round, baby, right round,
right
like a
round.
record, baby,
Oh, he's
right
busy.
round, right round. Phew! Thank goodness we were able to stop him from spinning off the face of the earth. While he was twirling, I took the liberty of running an analysis on the mark of the metal. I somehow snatched it up from him while he was spinning. Good on you.
How did he?
It was made by a .38 caliber, frick caliber bullet.
Well done.
Sorry, matching it with the size of Detective Arm's firearm. Get it? Arms. Candace arm. Yeah, who's Candace? Candace nuts fit in your mouth? Are you ready to confess the truth, witness? I feel like Aura's gonna testify. No, you've got it all wrong. This is just a misunderstanding. Okay.
Oh my.
Misunderstanding. Those
Is he
never
going to
happen
start
in Ace
piling on
Attorney.
more lies?
Yeah, probably. Looks like it. No matter how many lies you tell, I'll just expose them one by one.
That's Phoenix right for you.
I'll make that big liar tell the truth. Okay.
This
To be
actually-
continued.
hold on. This is kind of like a... Wait, what was I saying?
This is actually, hold on, this is kind of like a... This is what you said. Oh my god, let me save.
These two, the last two cases, I'd say are kind of sad. Personally,
Excuse
at
me.
least.
Are there gonna be like Resolve, Twisted Karma and Resolve, where they're like connected?
I don't know how it flows, but they do. They are somewhat connected.
Director Cosmos, a new possibility has been presented by the defense. We've been here for an hour. There's probably still an hour left. That's actually the shortest trial ever, an hour only. They're claiming that you were this third person.
There's a part 2 to this, by the way. So
I am in the part 2.
Yeah, this is the part 2.
This is probably gonna be like 2 hours long. Ah, forgive me, I'm so sorry! So the great pioneer of space development is revealed to be just another fabulist cur. I've only one question for the likes of you. Shall I send you off with off quickly or very quickly? Ah!
I hate this guy.
The evidence doesn't lie, Director Cosmos, so don't try and talk your way out of this one.
Don't try talking your way out of this one, girly pop.
There's no escape this time. In the words of Yunosuke Naruhodo. Fine, I'll tell the truth just as you say, Mr. Wright. It's true that I was there on the boarding lounge. Uh-huh. I got there before Detective Armin. When she arrived, she fired warning shots at me.
But why?
I was afraid people would mistake me for the killer, so I escaped to the control room. So, okay, that incriminates you even more. I pressed the elevators and all the way around to the boarding lounge just one again. Came up behind Detective Arm to pretend to be the second on the scene. Okay. What a troublesome old man you are, with such convoluted deeds and thoughts. I see. Oh no! You're not kill the victim? Of course I am. It's Clonko, I tell you. Oh, this is the wrong voice. When I arrived at the lounge alone, I saw the true killer!
Yuri Cosmos, why do you sound like a judge?
The great Yuri Cosmos was a history-making witness! Now hold on just one moment. We just proved a few minutes ago that the third person that Mr. Starbuck and Miss Aura Blackwell saw was you. No, it wasn't me! I saw the person very well, as well. If I were the killer, why would I lie to cover for Starbuck? I would just leave him to take the fall! That'd be pretty out of character for you, sir.
That is an excellent point.
Gotta keep up the facade. All I wanted to do was protect Starbuck. I love coffee. I said that I was in the control room to invent an escape route for a third person.
Well, it makes some sense if he told those lies to cover Mr. Starbuck.
Still, a lie's a lie, Athena.
So Director Cosmos claims he's not the culprit.
When?
Where's the proof?
Let's have another Mood Matrix sequence, guys. I'm bored of this. I just remembered I have an alibi. Miss Blackwell said that she saw the killer at 10 a.m., correct? Yes, and...
Just remembered, sir.
Well, I was on the 4th floor helping with the evacuation effort. Ask any member of the staff you'd like. They'll corroborate me. The director's not fibbing to the court for once. I confirm that he is an alibi for the time specified. So, you're claiming that Miss Blackwell saw the killer commit the crime first at 10 a.m. And that you arrived at the lounge after that. And I believe the person I saw is the same person that Miss Blackpill saw. It was pitch black, so it was more of a shadowy figure and less than a person. I couldn't actually see their face, but it was definitely the silhouette of an Earthling.
As long as he has an alibi. Well, claimed Director Cosmos was the killer.
No, we can't. Then again, maybe we don't need to know yet. We need to yet. I wonder if he was really covering for Mr. Starbuck. Your Honor moves to have the defense moves to have the director testify about the person he saw. Very well. Director Cosmos, your testimony, please. Okay. I don't want to talk to this guy anymore. Try to enter the lounge. The true killer fired a gun at me. I had to avoid getting shot. I did get another look. They had vanished into thin air.
Whoa, this is that boring, huh?
Sorry, man. I'm tired of this guy. I was near the elevator side door and the launch pad one door. Control room should have been shut tight to the killer. Should have. Only should have. And not... I don't know where I was going with this. So you were shot at by the killer as well, and then they just disappeared. Look at Phoenix, using they, them pronouns for someone he doesn't know the gender of.
He's very supportive of the LGBTQ.
I'm very supportive of the barbecue community. Thanks, Phoenix. Like, Trucy walks up to him. Or no, like Apollo and Athena, they're like making a TikTok. Boss, do you support gay rights? Number 1, you are gay. No, like
Number
Apollo.
1, you are gay.
No, Number 1, you are gay. Number 2, I have lesbian daughter. Number 3, I watch RuPaul's Drag Race. How can I be homophobic? No harm to my body.
That.
Fortunately, the bullet hit Terran's oxygen tank. I know because I heard a bang! That must have been the sound of the tank being ruptured.
Wait, but I thought the bullet hit his metal.
Okay.
Son of a bitch.
Wait, what? Yeah, that's... What? Well, that was Detective Arms bullet, remember?
Right.
That's me.
What mess this is turning into. So, let's see. Director Cosmos is claiming that when he found Mr. Terran and his killer, the culprit had shot a .10 caliber bullet at him.
Right, but it actually hit Mr. Terran's oxygen tank and it ruptured it.
And then the killer disappeared, and the director went into the boarding lounge. When Detective Arm caught up and fired those warning shots at him.
Cosmos and Terran. Okay.
Judging by his metal, it looks like one of them almost took him out, too.
Good summary, but that doesn't explain where our mystery killer went. The trash chute. Right? Director Cosmos, I was wondering if you could elaborate on when the figure... Sorry, I'm eating ice right now.
Why are you eating ice?
I'm ashamed to admit it, but I tried to hide myself when I was shot at, but when I peeped back into the lounge, the real killer was gone. To the lounge straight away to investigate. But what I found was Terran with a knife. Did someone say investigate? But what I found was Terran with a knife in his chest and Starbuck out cold on the floor. So we have a culprit who vanished from a scene that had no escape route. Vanished without a trace. It's truly like one of the great mysteries of the cosmos.
Silence.
A riddle of the ages indeed, but I'd rather know how a fibbing leech such as you can be lauded is great. A great man is always misunderstood in his own time. Okay, that's kind of true. My first thought was Jesus.
What?
But he must remain true to himself, even if those around him don't understand. They hated Jesus because he spoke the truth. Well, that might be the first true statement he said all day. But how do you suppose this person managed to vanish so suddenly? Simple, because it was the space boy himself.
This boy.
When he was spotted by the director... Oops, this is me. Wait, I mean, of course it's me. Like, bro, what the oh my god! I gotta, scare real quick. Oh, Jesus, that hurt. When he was spotted by the director and Aura, he quickly feigned unconsciousness. That would certainly take all my mystery out of the idea of a vanishing culprit. If I want to raise an objection, but I don't have any counter evidence. Dr. Cosmos, when you saw this person, did they look like they were gay or straight? Did you also see Mr. Starbuck on the floor? No, because it was as dark as a black hole in there. Well, how did you see the other guy then? I didn't see Starbuck or the other person I didn't see Starbuck until the other person vanished and I entered the room. That wasn't exactly helpful. Say more helpful information. I'm prepared to accept your surrender, right, Dono? I can't find any holes in this testimony, but I can't give up.
Mr. Wright, why don't you let me help?
Yes, yes,
Yay.
yes. Huh?
While the director was giving his testimony, I detected a cacophony of discord.
Which means he's hiding his true feelings from us, huh? Do you think he's gay?
I mean, his name is Yuri, so...
That's true, but... Wait, is he trans? This might just help us find out what happened to our vanished killer. That'd be great, Athena. Let's see what we can do with him.
You got it, boss. I wouldn't want to miss this chance to delve into a great mind.
Jumps over the bench,
Great
walks right up to Yuri, and starts poking at his head. Are you
gay?
closeted?
Are you gay? Yuri Cosmos, prepare to hand over the secrets of your heart to me.
Oh, she's really trying to figure out if he's gay or not.
Okay. Okay. That's a girly pop.
Here we go.
Yay! Oh,
How
shoot.
much do you have? Tried to enter the lounge. He was scared and surprised. The true killer inside fired a gun at me. Now he's angry.
Okay.
Why are you angry? I ask. When I tried to get another look, they had vanished into thin air. Why is there, like, nothing happening?
No, there's nothing.
Near the elevator side door. Why are you scared?
Sad.
Sad, I guess. Well, is it not? Okay, yeah, I guess it's sad.
think
Correct me
it's
if I'm
both.
wrong, but you seem to be... No, it is afraid.
Okay.
But you seem to be afraid of the launch pad door. Great, you're in Cosmos afraid? What basis do you have for that outlandish accusation? Okay, well, whether I have any basis or not, you seem quite distressed by it. I'm most certainly not. Director Cosmos, there's something about the launchpad door you're not telling us, isn't there? Ninja, there's something I haven't told you.
Well, he's speechless. Looks like you hit the nail on the head, boss. It's working, boss. One more punch and it'll be a knockout.
She jumps over the bench and then punches him.
Yeah.
Athena, I thought we talked about this.
Police. There seems to be one more emotion that's odd with his testimony. Go get him.
Yeah, I didn't get through the whole thing. Okay, back in the Matrix it is. Time to pinpoint our way to victory.
Okay.
Why are you mad?
I had to avoid getting shot. I mean, somebody's inside his space thing, so.
Yeah, he's surprised he had to hide. Okay, wait.
Why is he still on the scooter? Dude. Get off his scooter.
Okay, let me do the... I guess angry would make sense. But it's not that large. It's really scared here.
Well, duh. He's being
And it's really
gun being pointed
surprised.
at him.
Nope, it's not this one.
Can you like go through all the statements?
Okay. So, as I tried to enter the lounge, the true killer inside fired a gun at me. I hid to avoid getting shot. But when I tried to get another look, they had vanished into thin air. I was near the elevator side door. And well, the launchpad door 1 and the control room door should have been shut tight to the killer.
Why he doesn't have a feel for this one?
Yeah, I'm gonna like
But
go here because it would be he.
Got it.
Oh,
yeah,
I was right.
Oh, let's go.
You must have thought it was very strange that the killer vanished into thin air.
No.
I did. That kind of thing just doesn't happen usually.
Wow.
yet- Well, let me tell you. 7 years ago, I guess 8 years ago now.
7 years ago.
7 years ago. And anytime you barely registered any shock, the occurrence. Yeah. What are you? Ugh. I can only think of one reason as to why you weren't surprised the killer's vanishing act. Must have had a good idea where they went. Isn't that right? What? No, of course not. That's preposterous. You're preposterous. Let me enter the control room. Only I can enter the control room. That's what it says. Yep. And the area beyond the launchpad door is filled with smoke, making it impassable. As for the southern door... I was standing right there. So there was nowhere for the killer to run to. Maybe or maybe not. You went into the room to check on Mr. Starbuck and Mr. Terran, yes? What if the culprit took that opportunity to silently slip out through the southern door? I highly doubt it. As you recall, right after I entered the lounge, Detective Arm came rushing towards it herself via the southern hallway. Anyone trying to escape there would have been caught by her. Yet the director wasn't surprised the killer vanished. So you're absolutely sure there was no escape route for the culprit to use? I'll just input those 2 pieces of data and... Yes, just what I wanted to see. Only a 70. Presto changeo! Less Discord. Looks like we're on the right track. Thanks, Athena. And it makes sense of what we learned. Director Cosmos wasn't surprised that the culprit suddenly vanished from the lounge, which points to the possibility that he knew where the killer had escaped to. Furthermore, talking about the door to the launchpad made him uneasy. In other words, he's probably hiding something about the launchpad 1 door. When we put these 2 pieces together, only one solution to this puzzle comes to mind. Director Cosmos, did the real killer escape through here? The launchpad 1 door.
Take that!
Had to be. The culprit went through the launchpad 1 door to escape, didn't they? Yes. I mean, no! Disaster to starboard! We're going to crash into an asteroid! A master tactician, you are not. But the area beyond the door was filled with smoke, wasn't it? True. But this is still the only logical answer there is. I've learned logic from a good friend of mine. If we can just figure out what the director is hiding about the launchpad 1 door, Should be able to iron out the logical inconsistencies. But the door requires fingerprint recognition. Only Starbuck, Terran, and I have access. So you open the door for him. I don't see the killer could have opened the security lock, do you? That's an easy one. The killer is right there in the boarding lounge. Meaning, there's a way you could have easily gotten past that security lock. Come to think of it, we did examine the fingerprints on the prints on the fingerprint recognition device. I propose that the killer used this person's fingerprints to get past the security lock. It was Starbuck.
Take that!
That's... Mr. Starbuck was lying unconscious there in the boarding lounge. Anybody could have easily gotten past the lock using Mr. Starbuck's prints. And actually, Mr. Starbuck's prints are exactly what we found on the device's screen. Ah! Sounds like he does have something to hide about the Launchpad 1 door. And I'm betting it's not something to do with the culprit's escape route. I don't have enough information to see the whole picture yet. You know, something just occurred to me. Would you like to hear it? No, not really. Huh? Oh, yes, by all means. There's a security camera in the boarding lounge 1. Right, the one that recorded the victim and the defendant. What about it, Your Honor? If the true culprit escaped into Launchpad 1 corridor, then that might be recorded on the security footage as well. Then the mystery would be solved. What do you think of my logic? It was pitch black. I don't think your logic is sound. I hope you didn't strain your faculties too much for that, your baldness. That's pathetic. I beg your pardon? Then beg. Look, if we play the security footage beyond this point... Ah, sorry. Oh my! The footage cuts off! This voice is gonna kill me. The camera was running on backup power, but apparently the power cables were damaged. Most likely by the after effects of the explosion. There is no footage after this, be it of criminals or space aliens. Not that it was such a good idea too. Just because your grandchild is watching from the gallery, it doesn't mean you should try to show off too much, Grandpa Baldness. Prosecutor Blackwell, how did you know about my grandchild? I think his grandchild just learned a little about the harshness of the adult world. Setting aside the issue of grandchildren, I'd like to have the witness continue. Director Cosmos, can you tell us more about when you entered the lounge? If I must. Yes, you must. I want to get this over with, bro. And angry. Okay. Why were you angry? You hid to avoid, you were scared. The killer vanished, you were scared. And you were surprised, yeah. Makes sense. And you're angry. Nope, I guess that's not it. Ooh. No? Okay. Why is it making that noise? I guess. Okay, yeah, why isn't you're not as surprised as the previous one, I guess. Director Cosmos, why were you so surprised when Detective Orm found you, and again when she fired? Isn't that a bit unnatural? What did he say? Sadly, even great men such as myself have no ordinary human feelings. Our bodies are bound by the forces of gravity and emotions. Even a great man such as myself experiences surprise on occasion. Yes, I'm sure you do. But my real point is it not the fact you were surprised, but rather what you were surprised by? Pardon me? First you were surprised when Detective Orm found you in the lounge. And just after that, you were of course again surprised when she shot at you. But considering what you were surprised about, a strange phenomenon occurs here. Director Cosmos, what is strange about your surprise reaction is the fact that you were more surprised when Arm came. You were surprised when Detective Arm shot at you, but the surprise you felt when she found you in the lounge was much greater. Gah! The fact that you were most surprised by simply being found than being shot at suggests to me that you were conflicted about whether it was you, whatever you were doing, you were doing there. The enemy has acquired a new weapon. Commence the operation hide under your desk. Ah! Oh, please tell me I finally sunk his battleship. No, there's still more? Boss, I'm getting less Discord now. That must mean he really is hiding something about that launch pad door.
Like that.
Hello. Whatever he's hiding most likely has something to do with the killer's escape.
I wonder what it could be.
If he was doing something suspicious around that door, maybe we can spot some change between before he came to the room and after. Athena.
Detective Fulbright gave us a photo taken after the crime. Let's run a comparison. Sorry, the stream was like very buggy for a moment there.
Boo.
Let's see. This is footage of the door before Director Cosmos arrived. And this is how the door looked after the director changed and entered the lounge.
Hey, look at that. There is a change. Something's definitely what?
Aw.
Okay. Let me see the picture. Okay.
Okay.
Oh, I got it. It's that weird red thing on the side beside the recognition. Because in this one it's sideways, it's horizontal, and this one it's vertical. Yeah.
Oh.
Director Cosmos. What is it? What have you two been up to over there? Finding the answer to what you were doing when Detective Arm found you, that's what. The answer lies clearly in this footage. All you have to do is compare it to the photo that was taken during the investigation. Don't be ridiculous. All you have to do is, if you really do have an answer, you'd have pointed it out already. He's asking for it. This is what changed directly after the incident. No.
Take that!
The answer is this knob. Yeah, that's... Your Honor, please take a look at this footage. Let's see. Take a look at the knob next to the launch pad door. As you can see, it's horizontal. Yes, it is, isn't it? Oh, hiccups.
Whoop. Hold your
However...
breath all of the time.
When we investigated the scene of the crime yesterday, the knob was vertical. And what does that mean? Means that sometime between before the director arrived and after, someone turned this knob. Ah! After the scene was discovered, you were the only one who could have turned the knob. Come on now, Director Cosmos, let's hear what you have to say. What were you trying to do by turning that knob by the door? Yeah, fine, I admit it. You're right, I did turn that knob. That knob is a safety lock meant to keep the launch pad in place. I was afraid there would be more explosions, so I wanted to move the launch pad away. You wanted to do what?
Hey, didn't Momko tell us something about how they prepare for launch? He said that once the launch pad's fully assembled, it's moving to the launch site. The safety lock in the boarding lounge has to be disengaged first.
Well, I guess that clears up what the knob is for.
Oh, so if the killer escaped into the launch pad 1 corridor, maybe they were transported along with the launch pad to the launch site?
I don't think so. The launch pad 1 corridor is filled with smoke. I don't think they could have escaped through that corridor.
So then where did the killer escape to?
Guess there's still some things we have to uncover. Director Cosmos, I request that you tell us about moving the launch pad in more detail. Fine. But listen carefully, for I'm about to give history-making testimony.
Okay.
Okay, buddy. Buddy. I had no choice but to disengage the safety lock. Made it sound like you were reluctant to do so. And yet when you did it, you felt some joy, as if you were very pleased with yourself. Ah! Every member of Star Map under Mood Matrix. Scary. How'd you do it? How'd you know everything as if you were there?
Pretty impressive, isn't it? This is the power of analytical psychology.
Oh, we could probably have a physical representation with Little Thief. Kay Faraday, get in here!
The more I think about it, I think this game presents like a descendant opportunity for Chamsis. Like,
Oh.
there's somebody here that feels like a Chamsis descendant.
Have I met them?
I won't say.
Okay, well, care to explain why you felt joy when you disengaged the safety lock? When I think back on the facts we've discovered up to this point, I have to believe that you were trying to fulfill some hidden agenda. Ah! How do you know about that, too? Because I'm more or less a pro at guessing.
Guessing. Oh,
I have no proof that I had a hidden agenda. Even if I did, I would never ever tell you, so there. Okay, I know they say people regress as they grow older, but you, sir, take the cake. And how could you doubt a man with such great intensity, intelligence, and integrity?
Silence.
I love him.
You,
I mean, well, he said that.
a man of integrity. Don't make me laugh. Prosecutor Blackwell. What came over him all of a sudden? You spouted nothing but falsity since you stepped up to the stand. You're not the kind of man that will be glorified in the annals of history. Not for greatness, anyway. Unless you consider greatest bare-faced liar an honor. Liar! Gulp. His words bite harder than his
Gulp.
blade. You moved launch pad 1 after the explosions? My, how naive you are. You fail to realize how even the facts themselves have betrayed you. You know, just a thought, but modern English can be your friend. And here's a thought for you. Immediately following the bombing, Launchpad 1 was on the boarding lounge. One side. What? The police confirmed this on the scene. What? Liar! Question mark. Liar?
So that means the director didn't move the launch pad?
Failed efforts. Curse my judgment for calling history's greatest liar to the witness stand. Let's leave him to indulge in his lies and war games to his heart's content. Liar!
Objection!
But it doesn't make any sense. You can't deny that someone turned the knob. And once the safety lock was released, I'm sure the pad must have went somewhere. If we chase down the truth of this issue, we just might find where the killer escaped to. Ah! You're sure it must have went somewhere? We just might find out. Your arguments are nothing but conjecture, bluffing, and wishful thinking. Stop chasing your fantasies and see reality for what it really is. Or are you not man enough to, boy? Ah!
Talk about hitting the belt.
Below the belt. Youngins these days. I don't understand it. Sure, Director Cosmos must have moved the launch pad. The knob was definitely turned after he came to the lounge. The launch pad is right where it's supposed to be. Ah. Wait a minute, maybe I have it all backwards. What if the director turned the knob, not to move the launch pad away, but to bring it back to where it was supposed to be? What are you blathering about? What if the launch pad was at the launch site before the incident? And then after the incident, Director Cosmos moved it back to its original spot, usual spot. All they had to do was turn the knob to call the launch pad back, and it would be right where the police found it. Ah!
Yeah.
His hair!
No!
How dare you?
Bad! Simon, bad! You made him sigh like Mr. Starbuck.
Was what I said really that off base? It pains me to have to explain how wrong your own logic is to you. However, I will do so in the form of logic chess! Hiya! Ah! Did you just throw a chess piece at me? Our great liar turned the knob only after he died. I forgot about this. I forgot Clay died after he discovered the crime scene.
Bro, how could you forget? That's
Sorry, we're talking about I don't even know what we're talking about right now. We're talking about some guy escaping. That's it. Indeed, the pad existed beyond the lounge when our astral wonders made their escape. The fact has been recorded for posterity on filmless film. Oh, right. I don't think I read that correctly. So to reiterate, I didn't say it either correctly. Stop chasing your fantasies and see reality for what it really is, boy. Ah!
Get a grip, Mr. Wright, and focus. We know the launch pad must have been moved.
There are deductions. Deductions, you say? Sorry, I was just possessed by a British guy. And the actual facts of the case are in direct contradiction to each other.
Well, maybe the two astronauts never actually boarded the rocket. This footage could be fake, taken with body doubles after the incident or something.
Real.
On second thought, that's too far-fetched, even for me.
Whatever you say, Athena. We're an ace attorney, don't say that. Never actually boarded the rocket. No, Phoenix! Phoenix, right! He's going with it! He's going with it! Hey, wait a minute. Maybe. Just maybe.
Oh no.
Prosecutor Blackwell, what if I told you that the two astronauts never set foot inside the launch pad area, but instead went into another place? What if, when the director moved the launch pad 1 back, it was not from the launch site, but from another place? What would you say then? Cut the existential bull or I'll cut you. Mr. A, you explain yourself at once! I know I'm right. Because that's my name. It was all the other way around from the beginning. Very well, Your Honor. Let me explain. Director Cosmos reading to trap the true killer. That's a good idea. I'm gonna go with that one. Oh, it's wrong. No! Okay, dude, I'm on my last. I really gotta save. Okay, to switch the place, I don't know.
To switch it with another place? What?
To hide it. To hide it. But why would he?
To switch it with another place? I don't know.
Yep, you're right.
Oh, fuck.
Because he wanted to switch it with some other place. Well, welcome to Ace Attorney. You guess you're usually right. I'm sorry, but... Oh, I'm sorry. Did you say switch it? But what could he have possibly switched the launch pad with? The second one. Oh, you'd be surprised, Your Honor. All it takes is a little thinking outside the box. Thanks, boss. Thanks, Chief. And, the answer becomes clear as day. This is what switched with Launchpad 1. The Space Museum.
Take that!
Launchpad 1 was switched with the Space Museum. In the past, the Space Museum used to be Launchpad 2. It held the same features as Launchpad 1. It can even be moved to the launch site, meaning the Space Museum and Launchpad 1 can also be switched with each other. You can't mean... The rocket the astronauts boarded was not in Launchpad 1. What? It was the one in the Space Museum!
Hi, Taffy.
Hey, Taffy. What? Balderdash!
Welcome to Ace Attorney.
And yet the only explanation that accounts for every riddle and inconsistency is how the Space Center was just before the incident. Oh, hold on. Whoa. Excuse me. Bro. Frick. Game. Stop. Okay. I see Launchpad 1 in the Space Museum. I've already switched places. That's right. And with the two switched like this, the astronauts entered the Space Museum from Boarding Lounge 1. This allowed the true killer to enter Launchpad 1 from Boarding Lounge 2 and set the bomb on the rocket.
Come to think of it, the door to the Space Museum from Boarding Lounge 2.
Oops. Are you do you want to do Ponko?
Sure. Welcome, whatever. Space Museum is open to the public every day of the year from 9 a.m. to 7 p.m.
Ah!
What?
Exactly. Anyone could pass through the door to the Space Museum. There's no fingerprint recognition system on that door. Okay. Where are you going with this, Phoenix? In other words, with the two launch pads switched like that, someone other than Mr. Starbuck could have easily planted that bomb. Grah! For setting the bomb on the rocket, the culprit snuck into Boarding Lounge 1 and waited there, concealed. In order to kill Mr. Terran when the two astronauts emerged from the Space Museum. Okay. Recall that Miss Blackwell, Mr. Starbuck, and the director also a suspicious figure, who we can suppose, after killing Mr. Terran, made their escape into the Space Museum. For that, Director Cosmos switched the two launch pads back, without realizing the killer was inside the Space Museum. The killer then left the Space Museum and made a clean getaway. Yeah! Right, Dono. I see you know how to handle a sword and handle it well. Perhaps I should call you Swords Master Bluff. I'm a seasoned warrior who's cut down many a prosecutor.
Silence.
But unless you can prove your theory, it's no better than a rusty sword. My gosh, this guy. That's right, you have no proof I switched the launch pads! Somebody needs a better anger management counselor.
Crazy.
I know. My goodness, brother.
If the launch pads really were switched, there might be a record of it somewhere.
At this point, Launchpad 1 and the Space Museum were switched with each other. So the corridor beyond. Let's look at the footage from the museum. This is Athena.
Oh, so the corridor beyond the door should be the one that belongs to the Space Museum.
Okay.
Let's see. This is an image of the Launchpad 1 corridor.
Mm-hmm.
Do you see anything different when we compare to the security footage?
Huh? That number on the floor.
Oh.
Well, what do you know? Looks like we have proof after all, Prosecutor Blackwell. And if this is just another bluff, oh, don't worry, it's alright here. It's alright here. That's what he says. It's not alright here. It's alright here. Right here in this footage. Proof that beyond the store is the corridor to the Space Museum. Very well, then answer this for me if you would. What in this footage proves that the corridor belongs to the Space Museum? Oh, the two. The two.
Take that!
There's a 1 on the floor of the Launchpad 1 corridor. Time to save, because I don't want to wreck it. Take a look at the floor of the corridor in the security footage. Do you see the number on the floor behind the astronauts? Doesn't look like a 1, does it? That's because what you see is actually part of a 2. Oh, what? Why? Why is it a 2 and not a 1? It's because the corridor you see in this one is the one to the Space Museum. Ah!
Okay.
Ah! My head is spinning just like the launch pads.
And so that means the corridor in this footage was not filled with smoke.
That's right, because the explosions didn't occur in the Space Museum. The explosion occurred in Launchpad 1, the side opposite to the Space Museum. What is happening, bro?
Who knows? This is Ace Attorney.
And now we know the 2 astronauts escaped from the Space Museum. The mystery of the previous trial of how they got down the ladder is cleared up. Mr. Terran, carrying Mr. Starbuck, simply took the elevator from the upper level down to the middle level. It's incredible that 2 launch pads were actually switched. Do you think somebody would have noticed an event of this magnitude? Everyone was down in their basement shelter when the launch pads were swapped back. There's no way anyone could have known what was happening on the surface. Grrr. Yeah. Okay, he's totally out.
Yay.
Awesome.
Yay.
Bye-bye. No more lies, Director Cosmos. It's high time. You told us the truth.
The truth.
Ah! My honor, my glory, everything is slipping away. I forgot to voice act. Time to deploy my ultimate weapon, galactic engine. Ignition! What? It's gone haywire. Whoa. Ah! It won't stop. Ah! My stars, my glory. Ah! Yeah. How many times do I have to say this? So he's the killer?
Oh no! It's you! Oh, right.
Step on your seat after that one is! Your Honor, what did you say? Okay, so what does that mean? Is he the culprit? No. Oh, yo, he's disheveled.
I thought it was disabled. Like,
Hey,
I thought
Google.
it was pronounced
Is it disheveled or deceived?
On the website sapling.ai, they say disheveled and
Disheveled.
are both English terms.
Wait, what?
Disheveled is predominantly used in United States American English.
Okay, so I'm wrong.
Predominantly used
I'll search it up later. Let's continue.
Oh, wait, no, disheveled is British English. Wait, no, disheveled is American English, and disheveled is British English. Like, we should be saying the opposite things right now, because you're in the US and I'm Canadian. I see we managed to retrieve you before you came to any bodily harm. Director Cosmos, you admit you switched the launch pad. That was all just to prove he switched the launch pads, not that he was the culprit. Ink, I admit it's true. I'm giving up on voice acting you, my guy. I switched launch pad 1 for the Space Museum. It's good to hear words I can believe for a change. Before you do, Your Honor, 2 things. First, we don't know if Mr. Terran had prior knowledge of the switch. As for Mr. Starbuck, he was unaware of his surroundings thanks to his medication. Either way, Mr. Terran would have realized the instant he stepped in to the Space Museum that it had been switched with the Launchpad 1. So my first question is, if the Space Museum was perfectly fine, why did Mr. Terran feel the need to put on such a dramatic display? As for my second question, who the hell is the killer? I'd like Director Cosmos to tell us why he switched the launch pads to begin with.
You'll find out who the killer is.
Probably in the next case, bro. I exercise my right to remain silent, but I will say my hands were tied. It was arm. I don't know. Candace. She Candace on my culprit till
Ow.
I was only doing what I could to keep my men from getting caught in that blast. It's Candace. Swear to God, it's Candace.
The director is terrified.
Candace, right? Like that's...
I don't know, man, is it? He must have one heck of a reason for not wanting to explain why.
Probably not a good time to pry it out of him, huh?
He'll
Excuse
figure it
me, but would you mind if I picked up my stars? Without my badge of rank, I'm nothing. I don't say why not. Bailiff, help the director retrieve his stars. Then he dies.
Like a bunch of gold stars.
Yeah, like, see? Look. All around him. Are we done? No way we're done. If there's a possibility of another culprit and the defendant has presented itself. Mr. Starbuck, is there anything you wish to say? I don't get it. Don't get it? Well, I mean, it says attorney. I don't even get it. Director, why did you do all that?
Yeah.
From the very beginning, you never meant for the launch pad to go ahead, did you? You tricked us! Mr. Starbuck. Starbuck, my boy. I'm sorry. I can't tell you the reason why. But I had to do it to protect the Space Center. Director! Will I ever get the chance to go into space again? Oh, hey, she's wearing a jacket like Orion.
Orion.
Oh, yeah, she's wearing the jacket like she's
Orion.
Because stars. Yes, of course. I won't rest until it happens. I will get you into space again, my boy. Then the dream is still alive.
Silence.
I have the sneeze, but it won't come out. Sorry. You're not going to space, Starbuck. But prison, I won't have it any other way. Why are you so hung up on him? Yes, I accept that the launch pads really were switched. And if there were a third person at the scene, I suppose they could have escaped. But... Sorry. But I've yet to see proof of this third person's escape via the Space Museum. Oh, that's a good point! I was gonna say, like, we're not ending without finding the culprit. Unless it's, like...
You'll see.
Unless it's, the Adventure of the Runaway Room, because we don't find out the culprit at the end of that. We just say, there's a possibility he could be guilty, and then we end it at that. Ah, he's right, I don't have any proof! Bang! Starbuck, you spill everything you know! What? Me? Ah! Wherever did you get those bombs? Tell me now! If you don't, my blade shall feast on your blood. Ah, if I'm going to die, I want to die in space! I have to do something. Solomon Starbuck, prepare yourself! Is this Bobby? Okay, I actually don't know. No, you know the violence isn't the answer, Prosecutor Blackwell. Or maybe it's Aura. God, that annoying. Oh, it's Bobby. It can be none other than
Zed Cord, I mean, what?
Champion of Righteousness, Bobby Fulbright here. In justice we trust. Detective Fulbright?
Okay.
Sorry to keep you waiting, Mr. Lawyer. I hope I'm not too late. I don't believe we had an appointment. I tried to hurry, but I ended up helping a little old lady cross the street. And then I had to break up a catfight. I tell ya, justice sure is a full-time job. Was it a fight between cats, or... Why are you here again? Because the defendant isn't the culprit, and I came to make sure that justice is served. Oh, so who's the culprit? Me, I guess. Arrest me. What? I don't have any idea what you're talking about. Fulbright. I always thought you were a bit touched in the head. What? But you were finally sick. Huh? But yeah.
Huh?
Nope, but it looks like you've succumbed to this phantom of your... Oh, so Blackwell thinks it's Phantom who did it? I forgot all about that guy. Open your eyes and let the evidence of justice uncloud your judgment. Kazuma,
I mean, I guess it would make sense.
open your eyes.
If he thought it was that guy.
What evidence? Oh, sorry. Blackwell. What evidence? I was like, what evidence?
Come to think of it, he did say something about finding some evidence.
Blackwell turns into a twink. What evidence?
What evidence?
Well, I remember what this was.
Thanks to you two, I feel a lot better now that I've been able to get that off my chest. I'm going to work extra hard to find that perfect piece of evidence for you. Oh, I forgot about that.
I didn't think he was serious, though.
So, what is it, detective? Is it something that will prove Mr. Starbuck innocent? It is indeed. Have a look at this. What is that? A lighter?
Yeah.
It looks like paint. It's so bright red.
For real.
That's right. A lighter thought to have been used by the culprit, no less. The Space Museum's cleaning robot picked it up. It has the victim Glade Darren's blood along with his killer's fingerprints on it. What? Ah!
Crazy.
It's Candace Arm.
I don't know, is it?
No, it's what's the name?
To be fair,
Blanco. Wait, is it? Wait, what's the
I don't know,
what's the robot's name? Clonko. It's Clonko. Clonko's the culprit, guys. Trust.
Okay.
Detective Fulbright.
In justice we trust, I guess.
In Clonko we trust. Detective Fulbright, can I assume that the fingerprints don't belong to the defendant? You bet Mr. Starbuck is totally innocent! This is it. This is just what I needed. Hey, let me save, bro. Your Honor! This is...
I just realized something that I didn't say.
Your Honor, this is the decisive evidence that supports the defense's earlier claim. You posted on Twitter. I don't look at Twitter.
No.
Did you know Sherlock Holmes liked and replied to my tweet?
Yeah, I saw.
I still haven't listened.
Yeah, neither have I. I've only listened to like the first 10 minutes. Because then you started streaming.
Explain yourself, Mr. Wright. With pleasure, Your Honor. What am I looking at?
Pleasure, Your Honor.
Who?
Look at the fingerprints.
Recall where this lighter was found. Based on that, we can extrapolate that the killer murdered Mr. Terran. After the killer murdered Mr. Terran, they escaped with the lighter in hand to the Space Museum, where they dropped it. The switching of the two launch pads occurred. And finally, the killer left through the boarding lounge too and made their escape. Meanwhile, Mr. Starbuck was found in boarding lounge 1 after the murder. Fact that the director Cosmos has testified to. Therefore, Mr. Starbuck couldn't have possibly been the one to drop the lighter there.
Brought up Simon Blackwell.
But the defendant had free reign of the area until the director Cosmos appeared. Could he not have dropped the lighter in the Space Museum during that span of the time? Whatever. You'd like that to be true, wouldn't you? But Director Cosmos testified that right after he saw the mysterious figure with the light. You know, the last time this sort of portrait came up was with Dahlia.
Oh, Dahlia Hopper?
Yeah. We went into the lounge and found the unconscious Mr. Starbuck. In other words, Mr. Starbuck wouldn't have had time to double back to the museum. No, Prosecutor Blackwell, this lighter could have only been dropped by the real killer. Most importantly, Mr. Starbuck's fingerprints were nowhere to be found on this lighter. I think you understand what this means, don't you? The piece of evidence unequivocally proves that Mr. Starbuck wasn't the culprit. Imagine it was Clay. Gah! This does appear to be the size of evidence that proves the defense's claims. As for the remote switch that was found in Mr. Starbuck's pocket, we can assume it was planted by the killer on the unconscious Mr. Starbuck. No. There must be some mistake. Frankly, Prosecutor Blackwell, I've been worried about you.
So is Zed,
You've
but
been
he doesn't talk to them.
chasing this phantom for 7 years! Apollo bursts into the courtroom. Did someone say 7 years? I heard someone say 7 years. Don't you dare say 7 years again!
Oh,
I understand your urgency because tomorrow is the evidence of your, not the evidence, the, anniversary of your arrest or something, probably. That's my guess. Fulbright, you promised never to speak of that.
Oh, right. I won't
Huh?
say anything.
Tomorrow? What about tomorrow? Is it December right now? What month is it?
December.
It's December?
Yeah, it's December right now.
So that's... Yeah, it's the anniversary of him getting arrested. Or a bunch of people that... I don't freaking know. Tomorrow? What about tomorrow?
No, I don't,
Is it
yeah,
December
no.
28th? I need to go see Edgeworth. I need to go see Edgeworth. Given the body of evidence, I think it's safe to say the defendant is innocent. And whose fingerprints is on the lighter?
You'll find out. I suppose, I
It's,
guess. I don't know. Maybe.
Perchance. In the light of the fact,
Perchance.
is it possible for him to have committed the crime? If you know it's a question remains, so I look forward to see what he has.
Taffy,
Okay,
do
just-
you know what will happen?
Yes, I do.
Guys,
Feel free to
Wait, what?
message me.
I'll
free
tell
to
you
message
what
me.
will happen.
wait. We got the verdict?
Yep, we did.
No.
It's not Starbucks.
If this was on my Switch, I would have pressed the home button right now.
Yes, we did it, Mr. Right.
Who the hell is the killer? Looks
You'll
like we
find
pulled it
out.
off somehow, huh? With some help from Detective Fulbright.
I sent what they're gonna uncover to
Mr. Wright, Miss Sykes, thank you. And please thank Apollo for me, too. He's too emo. He doesn't get thanks.
Yeah.
You were all the best.
you.
Ooh, I wish we could tell Apollo about Mr. Starbucks' verdict right now.
No, you don't. You don't want to talk to that emo piece of crap. Sorry, that's so mean. Yeah, me too, but that's gonna have to wait. Now that the verdict has been reached, I'd like to bring today's trial to a close. Court is adjourned. No, kill yourself.
Whoa.
Objection!
Yes!
Gasp.
Phoenix is unbothered by it at this point. Too late to object, isn't it? Unless you're gonna say, I am Miles Edgeworth and I killed my father. Turnabout goodbye. I love turnabout goodbyes. It simply isn't
Oh.
possible. Something's wrong. Prosecutor Blackwell, are you dissatisfied with the verdict? Of course, yeah.
Yeah?
I'm a prosecutor and ace attorney. Fulbright! What were the results? You can't hear, but I'm snapping my fingers right now. What were the
Yeah, I
results of the
heard.
fingerprint
Yeah, we can hear
analysis for the lighter? Huh? The
I do that
results.
too when I'm stressed.
Well, I was in a hurry, you see, and then there was that cat fight, and, well,
Oh, come on.
I kinda got carried away when I heard the prince weren't Mr. Starbucks, so... Emma bursts into the room. I have the answer! Emma
wish.
Sky! You have yet to read it? Prosecutor Blackwell, can you read out who the prince belonged to? Because I can't read! Upon thorough analysis, the fingerprints... Am I ready for this?
I don't know. Are you?
The fingerprints are It's Clonko, guys. It's Clonko, trust. Clonko has fingerprints, guys. Believe me.
In Congo we try.
In Clonko we trust. We're found to belong to Athena Sykes. So says the report. What? What? Huh?
Me?
Hey, why is it auto going? Bro, come on, let me... I guess everyone just said what, but like, I like controlling when I say order, I say order! Miss Sykes, tell me you have an explanation for this! We just finished proving that the lighter could belong to the killer! So finding your prints on it I'm a sleeper agent! can only lead us to one grave
Lucky
conclusion!
Bart. I don't know how they got on there, but I know I'm not the culprit.
It's like, Kara in the My Adventures with Superman. She got brainwashed. This can't be happening. We built up our argument piece by piece. And I don't think any of our reasoning was faulty. So how could it have led to this?
This is Ace Attorney, bro. Don't know what to tell you, mister.
Ah! What have I done? Please forgive me! I'm sorry! Order! Order! Detective Fulbright, stop your crying! Is that I think that's another reason why people say Fulbright and why Bobby and Sebastian are related. What in the world is happening here? It's like the world's gone mad. What the hell? I said order! I want order! Yo, the judge is losing his mind.
Oh my god. Just,
It's gonna to be continued.
yeah. that's
Confusion
literally what-
spiraled into utter chaos. After all we'd fought for, the truth had turned cruelly on us to accuse Athena of the crimes. I don't like this music. I want to change it to to some. Oh. Okay, never mind. That's pretty good. Pretty good. Okay, well, whatever. I'll listen to the soundtrack later. Somewhere, somehow, everything had gone terribly wrong. We had stumbled over the edge of reason and into the jaws of a twisted darkness. The dark age of the law! To be continued.
Age of the law.
Do do do. And
Oh my
awesome.
God. Look at Bobby.
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 she's a sleeper agent, guys. Oh, I got an achievement.
Nice.
Yay.
Bro.
Are we ready for tomorrow? Turnabout for tomorrow?
Are we starting that today?
No, I don't think so.
I kind of want to play Greatest Attorney.
Do you want to play? You want to play Great Ace Attorney?
Sure. I kind of want to.
Okay, wait. Let me